Today we're going to be making mashed potatoes, and actually we're going to go a little step further and we're going to make loaded mashed potatoes, but they both start the same. So to figure out how many potatoes you need to peel and quarter, you usually use at least one potato per person, and then you add a couple extra in there for good luck. So here we are. I had huge potatoes, so we have 5 potatoes here. And you always want to salt your water whenever you're cooking potatoes. Now, instead of just salting them, I am going to use, once again, my chicken bouillon. And that is a very salty bouillon. And we're just going to put in a couple of tablespoons. And you want enough water to cover your potatoes. And we're going to bring them to a boil and then simmer them until they are fork tender. Now it should be easily put in, and we'll show you that when we get to that point. Okay, so now our potatoes are boiled, and as you can see, they are fairly soft. A knife or a fork will go in them easily, and that's where we want them to be. Now, just to make regular mashed potatoes, we're going to add like a whole stick of butter and probably about ½ a cup of milk. You don't want to over milk them, otherwise it will get kind of pasty on you. And then we would mash them up. Now, of course, we're going to add some salt and pepper to those also. But if they're too dry, you can definitely add more milk. Now, I'm not going to add too much milk in here because I'm going to add some other items to make this a loaded mashed potato. So first off, I'm going to put a lot of salt and pepper in there. And then I'm going to add some sour cream. Now that's going to add some moisture to our potatoes. I'd say that's probably about 3/4 of a cup maybe. I'm going to go ahead and mash that in. Now you can do this in a blender if you want, smooth potatoes. I kind of like a little bit of a chunk left to the potato. Alright, so we got that. We're going to add some cheese. A nice handful. This is a Fiesta blend cheese. This is what I had on hand. And then, of course, we're going to add some bacon, because bacon makes everything taste better. Kind of mix that in. Probably need to get a different spoon. And then once that's all mixed in, though, we're going to add some green onion on the top for color. And there we go. This is loaded mashed potatoes. Hope you enjoy the recipe and have a blessed week.